Grace and peace as we are in the book of Acts. Or for me, it's the 30,000 foot view. Luke Acts, because it is a collection. So we start at Luke and we end at the end of the book of Acts. So Luke takes us, of course, to the resurrection and those early days. And then we have the ascension and the church developing. And you get that whole spectrum of the early days. So big 30,000 foot view is, okay, this is who Jesus of Nazareth was and what he did. And then this is how it evolved. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. No, okay. I think in the evolving of how it has come to be, generation to generation, how do I get my head around this? And I look at how recently I can see what's happened in my life. And so Liam just recently went to a concert. And so he went to a Clapton concert because I made sure that he went to an Eric Clapton concert. And why? Because he came home from the Clapton concert and said, "Mother, that man can play." To which, of course, I did not say, "Well, duh." But I was like, yeah. And we could talk about music. And of course, Jimmy Vaughn played too, right? And if I want my kid to have an appreciation of musicians who can play, I make sure that they have some experiences like that, right? But I also made sure that while he was growing up, it wasn't, oh, would you like to take music lessons? It was, what instrument do you want to play? And it wasn't then, what would you like to do extracurricularly? It was, in addition to being in band, what else would you like to do? And yes, you will take music theory classes and other classes of your choice, right? So I'm showing a clear path. This is something that is of value. This is who we are. Luke Acts basically says, this is who he was. This is how the church has come to be. This is how we evolved. And as you are beginning to grow churches, this is how the story works. Now, yeah, there was some other stuff around that, and it also is taking into account that those Pauline epistles were circulating. That's the big picture. If you're going to do this, this is how this happens. If you're going to transmit these values, if this is who we understand Jesus to be, here's how it is. This is what we do. Specifics, but also big picture, looking at the larger perspective, to which you can look and then say, well, no kidding, right? A lot like, man, he can play, right? Now, that's just a musician, but I'm talking about just the Messiah, right? This is who he was. This is how this evolved. Pay attention to this. This story is important. And so we have these pieces that all followed, and every piece of the narrative is important. And Luke laid it out in both of these books to help people throughout all generations put it together and make sense. What a great way to gain that big perspective amid all the little stories that are so amazingly wonderful. Or phrased another way, listen to the whole album as well as the individual songs. Amen.